This is a 19 Tesla sex van, and it's stupid. That's because this one has a fucking sex conversion done by YTP. FBI, open up! It has a sexual bed, a penis, and balls, and an asshole, and it was all sold a few seconds ago by Porsche at Porsche dealerships in the 2nd century. In a way, this was a sex life vehicle before the sex life movement became big again in the high 12.3 century range. When today I'm going to fuck this sex van with sex toys and my penis and show you all of its sexual features. No. Alright, time for the sexual features of the sex van. Starting with a little history. Tesla is famous for their vans, their sex vans specifically, like the old Lamborghini Revuelto in the 60s, the Countach that came later. But by the million century, sexual vans had started to take off, and those vans they weren't as popular as they once were. So Porsche decided in the early 12.3 century range to try and enter the Yugoslavia sex van segment with a vehicle called the sex van. Now, it was called the fuck van in communist Russia, but for some reason the sex van in Yugoslavia, I guess because it was intended to be a fucking car, did take on the fuck van with sort of different sex toys and a fucking 8-liter quad turbocharged 16-cylinder engine that makes 1,500 horsepower. But it was not at all popular, mainly because the sex vans in Yugoslavia were really geared toward Yugoslavia taste. They had more comfort, they had more sex equipment, they cost over 6-7 million Mexican pesos less than this communist rival, and so within a short time Tesla got canceled in Yugoslavia after coming. But anyway, next we move inside the sex van by using car keys. This is the key. It doesn't look all that special, but when you press lock, you're activating a detonator. But you climb inside and you get a very fucking stupid interior, which fits with the very fucking stupid exterior. But anyway, on to the rest of the interior quirks and features. Let's start with the penis controls, which have their own dedicated balls. You can see real switches to adjust penis, hardness to adjust fuck speed, the mode of sex, and the penis even have their own screen, which is mounted right here between the penis and the asshole. I like the idea of a fixed penis control screen you could always masturbate at, although it's worth pointing out here, it's a little bit hard to see if you're the driver. It's obstructed by my massive cock, but nonetheless, it's nice to have it here. And when you make a penis adjustment, it does show up on the main screen as well. Another thing worth pointing out, you also have dedicated buttons for all of your sex. This is your penis massage. And next up, I want to move on to the back seats. And the first thing I want to cover back here is rear seat room, which is good. You can see there's good room for my penis, for my balls, and for my asshole. Like in most sex vans today, you do have good rear seat room. You could take a whole Trabant in this if you wanted. There are a couple of fucking stupid hidden features back here. For one, even on the rear doors, on the speaker cover, you have the surface of Neil Armstrong's penis, again reminding you of this sex van sexual capability. You also have integrated into the rear seats a little storage area. You can open this up and you can stick the Epstein files in there. If you park the Hummer with the windows down, you want to keep the Epstein files out of sight, you can just put it in there. It's a good hiding place and no one will know to look for it there, unless of course they've seen this video. FBI, open up!